Dive into a dazzling escape where timeless elegance collides with artistic brilliance. That's the irresistible allure of Cecil Beaton's world, captured in a stunning exhibition that promises to transport you through the golden ages of fashion and fame. If you've ever dreamed of glimpsing the sparkle of Hollywood stars and high society royalty, this isn't just a show. It's a portal to history's most glamorous moments. But here's where it gets controversial. Was Beaton merely a chronicler of the elite, or did he secretly shape the very fabric of that glittering world? Stick around as we unpack this visual feast and uncover the layers behind the legend. Ruth Leon recommends Cecil Beaton's Fashionable World at the National Portrait Gallery. Slip disc, Norman Lebrecht, October 18, 2025. Channeling the spirit of Noel Coward, I recently immersed myself in what felt like an utterly marvelous celebration. Not a lively soiree, but a captivating display of photographs, paintings, and designs by the legendary society photographer and designer Cecil Beaton. Oh, what a delightful discovery it was. During the 1920s and 1930s, Beaton captured images of everyone who mattered. The adventurous, bright young things, a group of young wealthy socialites known for their wild parties and daring fashion in 1920s London, along with debutantes making their grand entrances into society, and even members of the royal family. His journeys took him to the runways of Paris and New York to document cutting-edge fashions, and to Hollywood to immortalize the biggest film stars of the era. Cecil Beaton, often dubbed the King of Vogue, emerged as a powerhouse in the 20th century creative landscapes of Britain and America. He excelled as a fashion illustrator, an Oscar-winning costume designer, a sharp social commentator through caricature, and a talented writer, transforming fashion photography and portraits into true works of art. The fresh exhibition at the National Portrait Gallery shines a spotlight on Beaton's pioneering fashion contributions, which were crucial stepping stones to his later triumphs. This is Beaton at his absolute peak, spanning the vibrant jazz age. Think flapper dresses and Charleston dances in the Roaring Twenties, all the way to the sophisticated high fashion of the 1950s, and culminating in the radiant, Academy Award-winning designs for the musical masterpiece, My Fair Lady. Through locations like London, Paris, New York, and Hollywood, his iconic photographs seized the essence of beauty, allure, and celebrity power during the interwar period between the World Wars and the early years after World War II. Beyond the photographs, the exhibit includes personal letters, portrait sketches, fashion illustrations, and costume pieces, plus portraits of some of the 20th century's most unforgettable icons, screen goddesses like Marilyn Monroe, Audrey Hepburn, and Elizabeth Taylor, the charismatic Marlon Brando, royalty such as Queen Elizabeth II and her sister Princess Margaret, and even avant-garde artists like Lucian Freud, Francis Bacon, and the surreal genius Salvador Dali. And this is the part most people miss. Cecil Beaton, with his polished and somewhat effeminate public demeanor and that distinctive, high-pitched upper-class accent, was far more than just a passive observer in the upper echelons of society. In fact, some argue he essentially crafted the high society of his time. Or at least, society with a capital S, where status and style reigned supreme. Take a look at this BBC documentary produced during his lifetime. It peels back the layers to reveal the middle-class boy from North London as the era's ultimate decorative innovator. A man obsessed with surfaces, but what extraordinary surfaces they were. This National Portrait Gallery exhibition, paired with the documentary Behind the Glitter, unveils it all in full splendor. Here is Beaton at his absolute peak, spanning the vibrant jazz age all the way to the sophisticated high fashion of the 1950s, and culminating in the radiant, Academy Award-winning designs for My Fair Lady. Through locations like London, Paris, New York, and Hollywood, his iconic photographs seize the essence of beauty, allure, and celebrity power during the interwar period and the early years after World War II. For more insights, check out Ruth Leon's full recommendation at http://ruthleon.substack.com/. Comments most read today. RIP. https://slipdisc.com/rip. Warhorse composer dies. 2 days after CBSO concert. https://slipdisc.com/2025-10 Warhorse composer dies 2 days after CBSO concert. Norman Lebrecht, October 17th. The composer Adrian Sutton passed away on October 10th. Orchestras, https://slipdisc.com/orchestras. Daniel Barenboim makes his peace with Paris. Slipdisc.com/2025-10 Daniel Barenboim makes his peace with Paris. Norman Lebrecht, October 17, 2025. The former chief of the Orchestre de Paris. News. https://slipdisc.com/category news. 1 pole standing in Chopin competition finals. https://slipdisc.com/2025 1 pole standing in Chopin competition finals. Norman Lebrecht, October 17, 2025. The last 11 have been selected. 1. Piotr, RIP. https://slipdisc.com. Death of a Golden Age German conductor. 89. https://slipdisc.com 2025. Death of a Golden Age German conductor. 89. Norman Lebrecht, October 16th. The Düsseldorfer Symphoniker has announced the death in. What do you think? Did Beaton truly invent high society, or was he just a product of it? And is there a modern equivalent to his influence in today's influencer-driven world? Share your take in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts and spark a lively debate.